Hi everyone, this is your Thai Tamil documentary news. Editor of the news, Mr. Lavan Kumar. Reader of the news, Ms. Mary Lavinia Phillips Workinroach. The current economic crisis in Sri Lanka. The current economic crisis in Sri Lanka, let us examine how the poverty situation found among the families of the people is thus going to be reflected in life in Sri Lanka future. Sri Lanka's growth in exports, imports and the stock market has slowed down due to the war in our country over the past several years. One of the things we should specifically point out is that Sri Lanka is a small country, but a country with increasing natural resources. The marine sector is getting high income from plantation cultivation and small income from small plantation cultivation. The acquires required for the basic human life are improved and the rice grains used as food items are found to be approximate. But if we are to take economically the effects of the report environment on large tracts of arable land 60% abandoned and turned into arid lands. For example, during the war the Kangishantre camp was closed. Mullaitivu Mana marine resources have drastically reduced. The income of many private capitalized companies and many unemployment can be attributed to the abandonment of agricultural lands in areas such as Klinochi and Jaffna, as well as the government immediately reaching out to some government agencies and forcing others to close. For example, who abandoned the post office, the Jaffna police station was destroyed and the Jaffna Public Library was completely destroyed. It may refer to the state-owned enterprises that were set up in the northern province up to this point. Sri Lanka, which is recovering from this situation, is economically stuck in a massive corona room that the world has met. If we look closely at this, many European countries that have been helping Sri Lanka have reduced their aid and some countries have temporarily given up. World scholars are of the opinion that it will indeed be of great distress to developing countries such as Sri Lanka if the import of basic commodities such as rice, cinema is low. The prices of commodities will definitely go up, leaving all the people at the street level starving. Similarly, if the quantity of medicines produced from abroad is low, patients will lose their medicines and their medical condition will be pushed back, as well as the influx of foreign investors in Sri Lanka. The situation has been declining but has since increased. But the current corona epidemic has been completely halted, which will have a major impact on the global stock market, affecting the Sri Lankan population and pushing employees out of work. The opportunity may come to push the poor out of money, but as a small consolation, it can be said that China's current investment in Sri Lanka is a welcome development when it comes to taking the poor people out of Sri Lanka. Opportunity to provide more employment. Many companies found in China will be built in Sri Lanka, while inflation will be controlled and the lives of Sri Lankans will be better off. The most important thing was that, like China, we would be fully engaged in self-sufficient economic activity. There is an imbalance in the sociology of cash flow among adults and there is an opportunity for everyone in the country to find employment and return to a normal life. What we have said may prompt some scientists to educate us. Before that, I will state the answers. First of all, will China's visit Sri Lanka develop? Or whether everything necessary for the survival of the people of the present country is available. Regardless of whether it causes harm, the message is that China's visit is important for the development of our country. But we know that the survival of the people is very high. Second, there must be equal employment for all people due to falling money and poverty, which is currently causing many divisions in many families. For that, business need to be set up in Sri Lanka, whether they are private or government owned, to be investable and to create professional designs that will benefit everyone. In doing so, the policy of welcoming those who are currently doing this to this country is important to man or country. But it should not be forgotten that it is human to seek help even from the enemy when the people of the country are being pushed to the point of losing. Finally, we agree with the contribution of the country to uplift the people of the country and the development of the country, or to improve the way of life they should be in a welcome state of mind. You have to give advice from abroad and what Sri Lankans have to say, but there are many who say that you should not get help from someone close to you when someone is on the verge of death. They should not forget that they are in developed countries. It should be borne in mind that while there are those who have money, everything should be done to help our country. There is no doubt that our country will soon recover from poverty and become like Singapore if it becomes a contributor. This is the dissertation in Thai Tamil that we say today. What we say is new, but easy to do. Thank you. I will meet again with a new information.